As if 2020 couldn't get any weirder, now we have Lionel Messi wanting to leave Barcelona? I honestly didn't believe it at first, however now we've had some time to let the dust settle and it is confirmed Messi wants out while Barca are not willing to let him go. But Messi's departure is not going to be easy by any means. Today I want to answer, what does that clause say in Messi's contract? What happened in the meeting between Jorge Messi, Lionel Messi's father, and Bartomeu on the board? And last but not least, reports do say that Messi has already made a decision regarding his future with the club. Some say he's going, others say he's staying. We have a lot to go over, so without further ado, let's get started. How did we get to this point? Well, Messi's decision to leave Barcelona did not come out of the blue. In fact, I'd say he's been thinking about this for some time now. But if I had to pinpoint when the idea really started to grow in his mind, I'd say it would have probably been back in February when Messi uncharacteristically started to have public disputes with both Barcelona's president Bartomeu and sporting director at the time, Eric Vidal. But I feel like the straw that broke the camel's back was the humiliating 2-8 loss to Bayern in the Champions League. I mean, at this point, it's becoming an annual tradition where Barcelona gets into the later stages of the competition only to get completely wiped out by the elite teams in Europe. Roma in 2018, Liverpool in 2019, and now Bayern Munich in 2020. This, coupled with the fact that Barcelona did not win any trophies last season, seemed to finalize his decision to leave the club. In fact, this was the first trophyless season for Barcelona since 2008. Did anyone actually know what a burofax was before all of this? Because I for sure didn't. The significance of this though is that the burofax is dated and must be signed before it is read. That's why Messi chose this type of communication to let the club know he wanted out, because it would prove what day and time he told Barcelona he wanted to leave. Now originally Messi's contract was set to expire June the 30th of 2021, but he insisted on a clause to be added that basically made his final season an option year, where he could inform the club by June the 10th of 2020 if he decided he wanted to leave Barcelona. Now here's where things get kind of sticky, and bear with me here. I've read multiple dates being the deadline, while other sources such as Spanish radio station Onda Cero, take it with a grain of salt, claims that Messi's contract is worded as, quote, at the end of the 2019-20 season. The importance of the wording here is going to be key, because if it does say at the end of the season, Messi's legal team can say, well, because of the Rona, the end of the season was pushed out until the end of August. And since Messi did tell you by the end of August, when the season ended, that he didn't want to remain at the club, he did exactly as his contract says. On the other hand though, Barcelona claims that the contract is firm, stating June the 10th of 2020 as the final date for this clause to take effect, which, if that is the case, leaves no room for interpretation. Unsurprisingly, La Liga has sided with Barcelona. But then again, of course they would, as it benefits the league to keep Messi, having already lost the likes of Neymar and Cristiano Ronaldo in the last couple of seasons. Additionally, Barcelona is already on shaky footing with their finances. Following some incredibly poor investments in the transfer market, the last thing Barcelona needs right now is for their star player to leave without any money coming back in return. Not a good look for La Liga if one of their world-renowned clubs ends up crumbling in the season to come. But if Messi leaves and 700 million euros comes back in return, well, now that's a different story. Because with that type of money, you could build 7 elite teams. And what I mean by this is the Bayern side that defeated Barcelona 2-8 in the Champions League cost only a little over 100 million euros. Just goes to show how bad Barcelona and crew are with money, huh? Okay, but now let's say, hypothetically, everything works out and Messi is able to leave the club. Who would realistically even be able to afford him? Once you factor in image rights and income, Messi nets well over 100 million euros a year. To put things into perspective, that's well over a fourth of Manchester City's entire wage bill. And that is quite a chunk to be paying for one player who's on the wrong side of 30. However, if there was one club that Messi could leave Barcelona for where he would feel welcomed and be surrounded by people he respects, it would be Manchester City. First and foremost, Pep Guardiola is the head coach. The same coach that won 14 trophies in his 4 seasons with Barcelona, regarded as one of the best teams in history, which was masterminded by Guardiola and his use of tiki-taka. Also add Sergio Aguero, who is a lifelong friend of Messi's and a teammate on the Argentina national team. And if that wasn't enough to sell Messi on the idea of switching to the Citizens, how about both parties yearn for a Champions League trophy, and they seem to have a better chance of winning it together than they do apart. For me, this is the only club Messi would join if he is going to leave Barcelona. But let me know what you think in the comments below. But with all the madness in the last 2 weeks, where does Messi stand now? Well, after being advised by his legal team, he did not show up for Rona testing and therefore has not been training with the Barcelona squad. Since then, there have been reports that Bartomeu has stated he would step down if Messi goes public, saying he will stay with the club. However, many, with me included, just see this as a way of Bartomeu saving face with the public. I mean, for all we know, he could just be like, well, I tried everything I could to keep him from going. I mean, he was just hell-bent on leaving. Bartomeu has always given me Game of Thrones vibes, specifically Cersei Lannister, because he will lie, cheat, and play the game of politics to get whatever he wants, and so long as he looks good, he doesn't care. And I'm sure it must be exhausting for a guy like Messi, who seems to keep things real for the most part, and all he wants to do is play football. I personally don't blame him if he wants to leave. Even if it's not for sporting reasons, I don't blame him if he just wants to get away from Bartomeu, because I would too. And I just want to wrap up here with the most recent news, and that is not even 24 hours after the meeting between Jorge Messi and Bartomeu on the board, it seems like there has been a complete U-turn of events. Apparently now there's over a 90% chance that Messi will stay with Barcelona, so I'm not entirely sure what happened in that meeting, or there afterwards. Because it seems kind of weird that Messi did all of this, sending in the burofax that he wants to leave, not showing up for the Rona testing, not showing up for training, all for him to just say, you know what, never mind, I do want to stay with you guys, I want to retire with you guys. Something doesn't seem right. On that note, maybe it's more likely that Bartomeu just completely dug his feet into the sand and said, you know what, Messi can't leave unless somebody does pay the 700 million euro clause, and you're staying right here in Barcelona, and I don't care what you say, you've got a contract. In which case, I feel really bad for Messi, because if he, did everything right, he told the club he wanted to leave, he sent in his transfer request, after everything he's done for Barcelona, for them to not work with him and, let him do what he wants with his life and his career, pretty messed up. As always, I want to know what you think in the comments below, so be sure to let me know. Do you want Messi to stay with Barcelona and retire with the club that he's been with for over 20 years? Or do you think Messi needs to go with another club who actually has the foundation necessary and none of the drama in order to win the Champions League potentially in the next year or two? As always, guys, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to give us a like. It helps out the channel tremendously, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace.